we have partnered with Mishmash Adventures located in Fox Valley Mall. It's kind of like a real-life Double Dare, American Gladiators, and Legends of the Hidden Temple. Let's just say a playground for grown-ups.
You can expect at least 1 to 2 hours of high-intensity fun hidden behind every door.
Make sure you check out Mishmash and support them and support our YouTube channel at the same time.
YBI 15. Get 15% off. Hey everybody, welcome back to YBI, where we talk opinions and ways and strategies to grow your financial self. It's Roman and Zion back at it again.
What's happening? Yeah, today we got to do a little something special. A part two, our first part two, I think. Probably not. Invest in Self part two. So Invest in Self was probably our second video, and it was really good. We talked with JC Scott then, and we knew then that we were going to need to do a part two to this. So why not at the top of 2021, go ahead and hop into some ways to invest in yourself. So just as a refresher, the investment in self, and go back and watch the entire episode with JC Scott. We had probably an hour-long phenomenal conversation with him, but an investment in self is something that you are going to do to better yourself, either on a big scale, a small scale. It doesn't really matter, and it can be financial. It doesn't have to be financial, but it's just ways that you are actively trying to better yourself each and every day. So we wanted to touch on that, especially because at the top of this year, a lot of people are making resolutions, people are doing different things, and we just want to help you kind of, be more involved in that process and make sure that you can achieve some of them goals. So we compiled kind of a little bit of a list ourselves here of things that successful people are doing. We've done a lot of research in terms of looking at successful people's tendencies, habits, things that they do. And these are ways that you yourself can implement. These are things that you can do to implement in your daily life that will help you be better. And these are also investments in self. So, Roman, what you got? Let's start with you.
I think one of the first things you kind of already touched on was making smaller goals to go to a larger one. Like for example, I want to lose 300 pounds this year. Okay, well, you just say that from the get-go, or whatever.
I didn't know that you were 300 pounds, but hey,
whatever. You want to lose this weight. So instead of, you go at that realistically. You just losing 300 pounds is a hard goal to usually achieve. But you're like, okay, week 1, I want to lose 5 pounds. Week 2, I want to lose 10 pounds. You set up smaller goals to reach a bigger one. Because most times people set these higher expectations, like I want to retire by the time I'm 30. Okay, that's a good goal. How are you going to do that? I'm going to save this much by this year, save this much by that year, invest this much by this year. You set smaller goals and reach them as you kind of get along through it. That way, 1, you get little victories as you go, and 2, you see the growth more clearly as you do it. It keeps you more motivated to keep doing it.
Absolutely. Make things that are tangible. And sticking with Roman's 300-pound reference, working out in the morning or working out daily, it's a necessity to keep your physical body operating at a peak condition, and your body needs to be, exercised regularly. Absolutely. As a personal trainer, I absolutely recommend that people work out for at least 30 minutes a day. Doing different things. You don't have to necessarily go to the gym. If you hate cardio, don't necessarily go for runs. But there are different things that you can do. I have at-home workouts that I do myself when I can't get into the gym because of the pandemic, not wanting to be around large groups of people all the time. I have different things that I do. So working out on a daily basis is absolutely something that successful people do. Every movie that you see, you always see that successful person getting up and going on runs in the morning, or hitting the treadmill, or hitting a bike, whatever those things are. Successful people are doing that because it helps you, for one, lose weight, stay in shape, but it also helps keep your mind focused. You're going to be focusing on so many things throughout the day. So working out in the morning, especially, 1, will help you lose more weight, and 2, will kind of keep you focused, energized, give you more energy throughout the day. So that would be my number 1, making sure that you're working out on a regular basis. So make that investment in yourself. What you got?
All right. Third one for you guys, meditation. I'm even growing a little bit more. It's just maybe even taking just moment or some amount of time just to yourself. Even turn off the phone or whatever and reading a book, going for a walk, whatever moment of time that is, but take time to focus on you getting your mind right, your inner peace, your soul right. That way you can tackle the day more head on. In the morning is usually a good time to do it because you fresh out the morning, you want to set your mind right for the day. But doing something, even if it's reading a book while you drinking your coffee or something, just taking 20 minutes to an hour, whatever, however time you kind of set up for your day for yourself will set it up way better. Start your day with a smile to yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, it's necessary. It's necessary for sure. Meditation is something that I have to do before I go to bed because my mind goes all day long. So by the time I get into bed, I'm like, man, I still got 15 things I didn't do or I wanted to do, or 15 things I want to do tomorrow. So bringing yourself and centering yourself is something that can definitely help you, one, rest well, but keep you sane. Um, my next thing will be to try to figure out when you are the most productive. So I know that this is kind of weird sounding because people have different schedules and you have to do certain things at certain times, but you need to figure out yourself. This also goes along with taking a personality test. If you're in the midst of looking for a job, taking the ONET analysis. These are all different types of personality things that will help you understand you a little bit better. And then figuring out when you're the most productive will also help you accomplish more in a shorter amount of time. I know that in the early morning, I'm not going to be super productive. I'm not going to make appointments, meetings at 6:30 in the morning. I'm not going to do it. Later in the evening, I kind of just want to chill. So for me, I know that the mid to early afternoon is the time when I'm going to be most productive. So,
9 to 5 for everybody else who didn't understand. He's saying that.
hey, I'd have the end quote luxury of not necessarily having to sit behind this desk every day from 9 to 5. I do things earlier in the morning at 8, 9 a.m. But it's not behind this desk. I have to be active during the day, and then I can go do other things. So by the time I get here and behind this desk and do payroll and do everything that is really important, it's between the hours of noon and 2, 3, 4, 5. So I know that I'm productive and I can, effectively communicate that with my bosses, my managing partners, et cetera. So they also will reflect that and say, all right, cool, you're still going to work the same amount of hours, but you're going to shift that schedule. So now I can accomplish everything I need to accomplish and it's going to be, more accurate, et cetera. So having the ability to understand yourself with these personality tests and things of that nature, as well as understanding when you are going to be most productive, will allow you to accomplish more in a shorter amount of time.
My last one for everybody is sleep, rest. One of the biggest thing is getting
overrated.
Enough. Well,
totally kidding. Totally
you
kidding.
Don't. That's because you don't.
Yeah.
People need it.
Yeah.
And I know even younger people, you pull all nighters. You're going 4 to 6 hours of sleep or less or whatever, and it's fine. But your body and your mind does different things once you get like that 6 to 8 hours of sleep. Getting that moment of rest, and sometimes you gotta go to bed at 10 or 9 or whatever, so you can make sure you get enough rest for yourself, so that way you're not dragged down in the morning. There was a study. I wonder if we could find it, but for sure, when you are more productive after you get 6 to 8 hours of sleep, you run at 100% for a longer amount of time. Whereas even if you don't get enough rest and you're running at 60 to 80%, you're not as productive. You are more productive when you are well rested. When you get more done, you get higher quality work and you get more of it done. Both of those things are great. People think if they're up later or go to sleep early or whatever, you get more time. But that doesn't really mean that your work is quality. Most of us have been there writing papers for school at 5 a.m. in the morning. And at this point, you're not really typing nothing smart. You just getting that last little bit on just to say whatever, and it's falling apart. Whereas if you actually took some sleep and got some rest and woke up in the morning, you could have been like, oh, this is the best thing I've ever written. So it's knowing your body and getting those things together that way you can actually run at your peak self.
Yeah, definitely. I said that it was overrated, and I am 100% kidding. Literally, this watch, it's not my Apple Watch, but this watch that is on my wrist right now is to track my sleep. I have a sleep psychologist that I have to go to now because it's
Apple
necessary.
Watch ain't got a sleep tracker?
It does, but this one's just far more accurate. This one is it tracks your sleep time, it tracks so much more. And this is a first gen Apple Watch. I'm kind of bougie, but I'm also not really trying to spend more money to get a new Apple Watch. So, but yeah, my psychologist gave me this one to track everything because we do have to figure out ways for me in particular to sleep. So I do recognize the value of sleep. how important it is, and that, everybody needs it, far more than you would think. I got to the point of burnout one time in my life. It was not fun at all.
It's
You
not
have to
good.
be hospitalized. You got to be put on IVs and fluids and stuff. And now, like, what's wrong with you? Just go to sleep. And it's such a simple thing that people are like, yeah, just do it. And I'm like, it doesn't work like that. So, one, if you're not getting sleep, reach out to somebody. I highly recommend it. I'm doing it my doggone self. And it's one of the best decisions that I've made thus far. Being able to, like, it's different when you're like, yeah, I get 1 to 2 hours of sleep at night. Cause that was me, maybe 1 to 2 hours of sleep per day. But sleeping 6 to 8 hours consistently, it's different. It's different. And this is what everybody's doing. So I highly recommend following Roman's advice and getting sleep, and then seeking help if you need some. Yeah.
To
My
lean into
last.
that, no, I'm gonna also, I'm gonna just throw into also the sleep thing, just your overall schedule. Depending on what you want to do in your life and your career, sometimes you can't be up till midnight. Sometimes you have to go to bed early, so you can be up at 6 a.m. A lot of people who have been asking about like day trading and option and all other things are like, well, how do you do it? I'm like, one, you gotta wake up at like 5, maybe 4 to 6 a.m. to be ahead of the market, to wake up and to see the news that you didn't see, or to research your stocks or your trades or things like that. So understand where you're at in whatever career it is. And sometimes you have to get on a certain schedule to be in line with that industry or that lifestyle. It's not for everybody. That's why you got to think about what it is and set your strategy around it. If you're more of a nightlife person or things like that, or more freelance, you have more freedom. But certain industries are 9 to 5 or 6 to 3, primarily, especially here in the Midwest. Whereas like the New York Stock Exchange on the East Coast is like an hour ahead. So you got to be up at least at 8 a.m. when the stock market's already open there. So just something that just popped in my mind. We were talking about that.
For sure. Oh, I'm holding this weird thing. This is my spinal corrector. So I'm supposed to sit with this behind me to help me sit up straight. See, y'all can see my whole back now. My last thing is to make vision boards and to make purpose-driven decisions, purpose-driven action decisions. So when you're trying to invest in yourself and you're trying to create, you have goals and things in mind, but you need the smaller steps that Roman was talking about earlier. Being a visual learner myself, having a vision board, having something that you can see every day that will help reinforce what it is that you're working towards is very, very impactful. It's super helpful to wake up and have a vision board that's on your wall, or to have a post-it note in your car that is reminding you why you're going to work, or why you're actually going to bed on time, or on your mirror at home of why you're actually getting dressed to go to this job, to do this, to do that. Having a vision board is essential, but then making purpose-driven action decisions. So making every decision with purpose and with intention. So not just being like, you know what, I'm gonna just do this just because it's what everybody's doing, or I'm gonna just do this because I feel like this is what I should do. You have to do it because there's purpose behind it. The purpose is for me to build this wall. So brick by brick, everything needs to make sure that it's in line and in order. Don't put a brick over here and then a brick over here. Like, put your bricks so they're all stacking on top of each other, and then eventually you'll be able to see the wall.
And you can think about that as putting your whole life together, even on your financial planning. If you're like I am going to invest in myself and get this learning or this education so I get higher income so I can do this. These things all tie together. So having those kind of set ways will help you, and it'll grow you. And you're like, why am I'm saving this amount of my money so I can do this, or I can buy this house, or I can do this, or I can make these strides. Having those things and telling yourself, be like, why am I stressing myself out? Why am I working 3 jobs? I'm doing it so I can get these things done. It's not going to be for forever, but you're doing it till you reach that goal. And once you reach that goal, you're like, I did it. I made it to the top of the world.
Then you set a new goal and you
Yeah.
continue to move forward. Yeah. So these are all things that successful people are doing. They're sleeping, they're working out, they're meditating, they're creating vision boards or vision plans, not necessarily gluing things and creating vision boards, but having a vision plan. There's a vision in my head that nobody else may see, but I wake up knowing the exact vision that's in my head.
Cool idea. Take some screenshots, or you know, you could put it together as a collage on your phone. Make it the lock screen on your phone. Make it your wallpaper or something. That everyone, the first thing they do when they wake up in the morning, check their phone. You look up and you see in your vision board, you're like, I'm waking up and I'm working on this today, or I'm doing this for today. That's just something that popped in my head, but that's a great way to kind of put it right there in your face. Is you have your goals and you're constantly reminded. It's a very extreme way kind of to do it, but a cool collage on there. People like, and you can also inspire other people because they're like, what's your lock screen? That's kind of cool and unique. This is my vision board. It keeps me motivated and keeps me going. It'll help grow you and your friends. And also,
exactly,
like and share, subscribe. That's a great tip. That's a great
doing all of those things.
Hit that bell.
Yes. So in 2021, making investments in yourself, absolutely a necessity. So we wanted to touch on that fairly quickly, in terms of retouching on some things that we went over last year. Go check out last year's because fire, why not? And this is just, hey, we're at the top of the year, so do these things. 2021, we got a lot of stuff coming. By the time that you guys see this video, we might have a new logo? ? We'll see. We got merch coming at some point soon? ? That's not gonna be before this video airs, but that's coming. We got episodes with several people. We're going to be touching on so many things. I think we're getting into precious metals next. Yeah. I don't know.
Hey. We're gonna do a bunch of things. We got stuff coming for you all, and it's gonna be great. And let us know, guys. Send us your stories, email them to us. Let us know what's going on in your lives. If also anyone that you may know that wants to come on the show or channel with us and talk with us, by all means, bring them on. We got no problem collaborating with people. Let's get it.
Yeah, Mishmash 15.
YBI 15. YBI 15. Go check out Mishmash. YBI 15
at Mishmash. All right, we done. We getting out of here. We appreciate y'all. Y'all know what's up. We may be young and we may even be broke, but we are always investing. Till next time, guys. Peace.
Hey everybody, thank you for listening to Young Broke and Investing. We just want to let you know that these are the opinions of the host are not meant to be the basis of any security purchases or investments. We're trying to give a little information out there for everybody and have fun and be safe.